An OF model, known for her long tongue, sues her ex for 6.3 billion with a B billion for alleged revenge, adult content, basically. So, a Florida OnlyFans model whose claim to fame is an abnormally long tongue is suing her boyfriend for 6.3 billion for allegedly taking control of her social media accounts and sharing explicit content without her consent. Which to me is like, where did this number come from? Like 6.3 billion for your ex-boyfriend? Like what? What? So Michaela Saravia, 25, claims Nicholas Hunter, 27, seized her OF and Twitter accounts after they ended their turbulent 5-year relationship in October, the South Florida Sun-Sentinel reported. The social media sensation, charged in a federal lawsuit filed last week, that Hunter changed the passwords and began posting graphic images and videos. She has two accounts on OF, one that may be viewed for free and a more explicit one that is accessible for $30 a month, according to the paper. Hunter allegedly seized the paid account, according to the lawsuit. For months, defendant's conduct continued, wrote Saravia's lawyer, Joseph D. Russo, who accused Hunter of selling an X-rated video of Saravia for $35 and images for $10 and $13 in January, among other allegations, the Sun Sentinel reported. Defendant used the OnlyFans of the OF account to sell the explicit videos and images of the plaintiff based on material he had amassed prior to the severance of their business and personal relationship, he added in his filing. Saravia's Instagram and Twitter accounts, which promote her OF content, have over 8 million and 655,000 followers, respectively. DeRusso acknowledged that Saravia had posted explicit content before the couple's breakup, but said that in those cases she was in control of the material she released. See, that gets into like a kind of like a weird situation because it's like you've already posted adult content on your social media stuff before and also on your OF page or whatever to make money through that way. But now you don't want that content up there because they were posted when you didn't want it to be posted, but you still technically might be getting money from that and attention from that. So technically your business is growing from what he's doing, allegedly, but you don't want that in a sense. Even though, like, I guess long term she could potentially make more money because he's promoting her in a way, is a weird situation. I still don't understand the $6.3 billion figure. Like, where is that coming from? So just because you consented to an image in the past, it does not mean you're giving someone permission to post additional content without your consent, he said. The lawsuit seeks damages of $10,000 for each of the 628,000 followers she had on October when the relationship ended. What? Hold on. How does that make sense? Why are they basing it off of the followers that she had? That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, how can a follower potentially be worth 10,000 each? Right? Like, even for like the lifetime value of some of her followers, that doesn't even make sense to me, right? Because I mean, like, because again, like, what, that's 628,000 followers of her Twitter, okay, of her Twitter. Yeah, no offense, but your Twitter followers are not worth 10 grand each. Not for the lifetime value of those followers. They are not worth $10,000 each. They might, if you were to do the numbers, maybe be worth like $5 each, $10 each, $15 each, maybe $20 each as like a lifetime value. But 10,000 each? No, definitely not. That doesn't make any sense at all. So it was not immediately clear whether Hunter has hired a lawyer in the revenge adult content case. Saravia and Hunter are also suing each other in a civil domestic violence case in Broward County, Florida, according to the news outlet. In 2019, Saravia lapped up more than $100,000 a year by flaunting her tongue, which is 6.5 inches long, on Instagram, where she had 2 million followers at the time. Can you imagine making $100,000 a year because you got a long tongue? Wow. What an interesting way to make six figures a year. Let's see some of these comments. There's a sucker born every minute. Let's see. This coming from a talented couple who provides nothing of value to society, just selling their souls to those who buy into this stuff. What do they do in 10 years after gravity sits in, no real job skills, heading to prison or death in a pine box? The thing is, right, if they were smart, they could have made potentially millions of dollars in a very short amount of time, set that money up in like a few investments, and basically be financially retired to the point where they could technically do anything or nothing and be okay. But no, of course, they probably did not do that. This is a joke, I hope. There are guys that spend $30 per month to see that. This person says, I'd gladly pay twice that to never have to look at or hear about these people ever again. The thing is, like, it might seem crazy that someone is willing to pay someone $30 per month to see someone on OF because of their long tongue. But I don't know. People, I guess, got fetishes or whatever, and the more fetish-y your thing is, you might pay more money to see that sort of thing. But yeah, that's more than like a Netflix subscription, which seems kind of crazy. That's more than a YouTube Premium subscription. That's more than a Spotify Premium subscription. Don't know if that's worth it. So I think these OF compensations are total lies. First off, it's great publicity for OF, and it also strokes the egos of these performers because let's face it, they have serious issues. Also, many of them engage in, you know what? So there's a way for them to explain the money. The thing is, right? A lot of these OF people, if they got a big following, probably are making some pretty good money. They may not be making millions of dollars per month, but they're definitely making probably five figures, maybe six figures a year. Or if they're really like high level, I guess, high earner, they could be making six figures a month. Or in some cases, the super rare OF models could end up making, I think, like seven figures a month, maybe even eight figures a month. But that's like the super top tier, like massive following, massive engagement type of situation. I'd like to see her attorney who filed the $6 billion lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, to be frank, the attorney who like filed that type of lawsuit is a joke. Like, to try to equate that her Twitter followers are worth $10,000 each is beyond stupid, right? Now, here's the thing: if you generated like a few $1 million from your followers of 600,000, right? Maybe you could say that some, like, your each follower is technically worth like a couple dollars. I mean, like, let's basically like break it down. Let's say that she has made like $2 million, right, over the course of her OF stuff, right? And she has 680 680,000 followers. So you divide that 2 million by 680,000. Okay, so that means every follower of hers is worth about $3 or 2.94, right? Nowhere near $6.8 billion. Like, that number is so stupid that I can't even understand it. Because this is more realistic. It's more realistic that her followers are worth about $3 each if she made about $2 million. It's not realistic if she made like 10 million from her followers and then all of a sudden each follower is worth $10,000 each. Like, that makes no sense. And she certainly didn't make anywhere close to $6 billion at all. That is so stupid.